All right, guys, this is Andre with the Crypto Ball, and I wanted to go over something that I think is going to raise in value quite drastically very soon. And this is the Inception Monstas for Monsta Infinite. But before we get into it, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research before you get into these investments. Now that we got that out of the way, the Inception Monstas are going to be the first Monstas in Monsta Infinite. And there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do a quick overview on what they are and why you should be paying attention to them, because they remind me of something in Axie Infinity called Mythic Axies. And Mythic Axies have a floor price of multiple Ethereum. They're very highly valued. And I wanted to kind of make a comparison between the Inception Monstas from Monsta Infinite and the Mythic Axies from Axie Infinity. Because really, when we're talking about the utility of these NFTs from Monsta Infinite, we're really comparing them to Axies from Axie Infinity, or at least I am. And so I wanted to kind of give this overview just to bring it to people's attention. So here we have from the Monsta Infinite white paper what Inception Monstas are. They are the first batch of Monstas. They're limited to 4,088 units with an ID from 1 to 4,088. The probability to get legendary body parts, they're the rarest in the game, and they had a barter option where people could purchase them between 0.2 BNB and 1 BNB, but we've already missed out on that. And also, they're passports to the open beta, right? All the Inception Monsta holders will be able to get into the open beta and play the game before everyone else. But there's one thing that really caught my eye here, and it's this: the probability to get legendary body parts. In Axie Infinity, body parts are how you know which skills your Axie is going to have. And it's very important to have good body parts in order to give yourself an advantage at higher levels of play. And so they command much greater price points if you have good body parts. Now, there are less Mystic Axies than there are Inception Monstas. So I'm not sure if we'll get to quite the price point that Mystic Axies are getting, but Inception Monstas are going to have these legendary body parts, and Axie Infinity, the Mythics, also are going to have special body parts. And so people speculate on what the skills or what the power level of these body parts are going to be, and so it raises the price, right? You can have an Inception Monsta that has normal body parts, and it's not going to get you nearly as much price as a Monsta that has a legendary body part, right? Because this is so speculatory. We don't know how strong these legendary body parts are. And I think that a lot of people that are going to go into this game, they're not going to really have done their research to know or consider which Inception Monstas have legendary body parts, right? They're not really going to be looking for it. It's going to be a flip fest. So, I want the viewers on this channel, if you are really looking into Monsta Infinite and you're holding the underlying asset being, the coin, and you're also going into these utilities for the NFT, you really want to be paying attention to these legendary body parts, right? I think that the most expensive items in the game are going to be the Inception Monstas that have the legendary body parts. There's never really going to be a cheaper time to get them than to when people just don't know about them, right? Everyone is going to be looking for these Inception Monstas, obviously, but they sold for 0.2 to 1 BNB. I'm expecting them to go initially for about $1,500, is my guess as to the total cost of an Inception Monsta on the first day of release. Maybe a little bit more because you'll need them for the open beta. However, I think that the ones that don't have the legendary body parts are going to go for much less than those that do have the legendary body parts. Now, it's not going to be as drastic as the price of Mystic Axies because, obviously Axie Infinity is a very popular game and there's just overall less of them. But I do think that a lot of the people that have invested in Axie Infinity are going to come over and look at Monsta Infinite as a low market cap speculatory investment, right? That's the way that I'm looking at it. It's a low market cap speculative investment that I think has higher upside than the risk that I'm taking by going into Monsta Infinite. Now, I did not get an email saying that I was in the second whitelist, so I'm pretty bummed about that. If you were in the whitelist for this game and you got an email confirming you, congratulations. Let me know in the comments. But I missed out on that. I am, however, looking forward to the open beta because I think that I am maybe purchasing an Inception Monsta depending on the price. So, just a quick overview of the Inception Monstas, what they do, how I'm comparing this game to Axie Infinity, and how I'm comparing these Inception Monstas to Mystic Axies. I really do think that Monsta Infinite is going to have a drastic rise if they are doing the game well, because I do think that there is a need for an Axie Infinity competitor, and I do believe that Monsta Infinite is doing the right steps in order to take some of that market share. So really, guys, be on the lookout for Monsta Infinite. Make sure you're doing your own research and keep an eye out on these Inception Monstas. I really do think that there is some profit to be had. So just a quick overview. But yeah, if you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that, you join the Discord for Monsta Infinite. Keep up with them. And I will see you guys next time.